And there is, oh, a lot. Hey everyone, it's Kelly the Frugal Fun Mum. Welcome to the channel and to today's video where we're doing an update on my no buy year. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for joining with me today. In 2022, I'm doing a no buy year, so no new clothing, jewelry, home cares, personal care, etc., for myself. Other people in the family can do what they want, but I just looked around the house and figured we have so much stuff and I just want to get sort of down to a manageable collection with a whole lot of things. Also, with the cost of life going up right now, it's important to sort of make sure we know what we have so we're not buying things and wasting money. We're using things up and being good stewards of our money and things that we have. And yeah, just basically I'm feeling very overwhelmed with everything that was here. So I thought it would give me a reset and start and work out what other things we actually really do use and need around the house and what are the things that are just here. If this is your first time to my channel, well, welcome. We also do markdown shopping, bargain hunting, budgeting, saving money, tips and tricks, lots of fun stuff. So if this is something that you're interested in, we would love it if you would subscribe and be part of our Frugal Fun family. You can leave me a comment down below. You can also follow me on Instagram. You can send me a message there if you want to, because I get lots of questions and stuff. So today's video, yes, update on no buy year. It's been a minute. I'm sorry I wasn't here for May or June, so it's kind of it's a mix of May and June of what we've done with all of our empties, and also going to go through a couple of the books and movies that I filmed, and also where we're going with our no buy year and how things are going. So let's go. So the first thing, we have our empties. Oh, it's a lot. We'll go through them. There's bits on the floor that have dropped, so one by one. If there's edits, that's why. So we've gone through 2 boxes of tissues and nearly a third one's empty. What can I say? Winter is here. These were probably, oh, this one was like a clearance thing because it had a box that was like destroyed. So yeah, it was like $1 from Woolworths. And then this was probably just one of the Coles general tissue things. So either way, it is what it is. So I'd probably say on average we go through about 1 box of tissues a month, so good baseline to have. So the first category is in the shower, and a little bit of this goes a long way, so they've taken ages to go through. Still went through them by May, but kind of started June and we had gone through, so I've added them to the collection. First one is the Mary Kay Satin Body Sheer Wash. A little bit of this lathers up heaps, so I'm glad that we finally finished that one. Then there was the Satin Body Scrub. I love this product and I'm definitely keen to see if I can make my own body scrubs because I love the feeling of it. So there's a bit of rust and stuff on there because they've sat on the metal things in the shower forever. And then one of the Avon Naturals Strawberry Shower Gels. This is my daughter's favorite, and there's probably still a little bit there, but I think she's done everything she can to try and get that bit out. So we're happy that those 3 things are gone. Still have some shower gels, which is exciting. But now moving on to one of the things I got from my birthday. So the shower gel has finished in all the direct selling lines, so now we're moving to real brands. All right, next we have shampoo and conditioner for my daughter, and she's got just like a couple. So we've got a goat shampoo. This is what she uses. She does wash her hair every day. She finds that this helps her scalp. She's not itchy. So we've got 1 shampoo, 2 shampoos, 3 shampoos, and 3 conditioners. Oh, that never works out, shampoo and conditioner at the same time. So that has been May and June and the start of July. So yeah, she kind of goes through about 1 a month. I think one of them ran out right on the 1st of May, but because I'd already filmed April's empties, I just carried it over. So yeah, about one a month that we're getting. I pre-bought some with the end of year financial sale. They were down to $3.49 each, so stocked up. And when Cyber Monday comes in November, I think it is, hopefully they'll do that sale again with an extra 10% off Chemist Warehouse. And also using the Shopback app, you should get like 1 or 2% back, I think. It's not a lot, but you know what? It's something better than nothing, and it all adds up. I can do a click and collect, go in, grab it. It's awesome. Next we have hair, and I finished finally this keratin mousse. I actually got it on clearance for $2.50 from Foodland, and I'm in love with this product. When I first started using it, I was like, ooh, but I love it. I would just shake it up and then pump it out and then use it in my hair, and I felt that it just stopped all the frizz and all the crazy. And so I am so happy with this. I'm definitely going to put this on my wish list as looking for a future product. I still have a couple of other hair things that I need to get through, especially some older Avon stuff, so I'm excited to be able to go through that because I've been waiting a long time to use it. And then once I need to start looking at something, I will check it out. I think that I'll be good until the end of the year for hair products, so that's good for me. Next is skincare, and I've had some hit and misses with a couple of the products. So the first one I loved was from Big W. It was on clearance for $4.53. It did have a sticker on the plastic. It's a Himalayan revitalizing night cream. The only thing I don't like is that it's in a jar, so I got a spatula to help get it out so I wasn't sticking my finger in there all the time. It took me just over a month to use this, and my skin felt really soft, so I was super happy with it. It's free from alcohol and parabens, and it's clinically tested, dermatological, blah, 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 all the good stuff. So if I see this on clearance, I'd be happy to buy it again. I really enjoyed it. It was just one of those, I'm gonna need a night cream, I might as well buy it. However, I'm absolutely hanging out for the skincare that's at Aldi. Everyone tells me it's amazing. So I have literally just finished night cream. I don't have anything, so I need to get to the shops and find something quick. Moving on to a day cream, and between my daughter and myself, we've gone through a couple of products. The first one was this Nivea Essentials Day Cream, but it has an SPF in it. I wasn't really a fan of this product, sorry to say. It's green in texture, but I found that it peeled a lot on my skin, like it's a really thick, and you know how you get the balls of product coming off, and I found that happened a lot. I don't really know much about it, and I bought it again on clearance for like about $2. I started using it pretty much as soon as I got it, but just not a fan of it. However, the Nivea that we absolutely do love is this one, Nivea Mattifying Day Cream, 24-hour moisturizing for combination oily skin. We have gone through 2 of these in the last couple of 3 months. We love it. We got it from the reject shop for $3 each. We're on the last tube, and I haven't seen them at the reject shop, so I'm gonna have to go check out Chemist Warehouse or anywhere else that sell them, because my daughter loves this. She loves the texture. There's no smell to it. It's a win. It ticks all the boxes, so this is definitely going to be on the must-have list forever for her. I also finally finished a Mary Kay Time Wise 3D night cream. I don't know where the rest of the container is because I cut everything up. But yeah, this was awesome product. I'm really sad that they've closed in Australia and New Zealand because I loved it. Previous to that, I was using all Avon. So it's time to move on. It's time to find a new thing. Then I've got the Mary Kay Time Wise 4-in-1 cleanser. This is a cream cleanser because it's the normal to dry. I just need to chop this open to get the last little wash out. I just forgot to do it yesterday, so I will cut this open and use it. I think this was brand new when we started it in April, so it's taken about 2 months of daily washes to go through. We prefer a gel cleanser than a cream cleanser, but still this worked just as well. We still have a couple of gel cleansers in the Mary Kay range, so once that runs out, we'll probably go to the Simply range. But again, I'm open to your suggestions. let me know. The last day cream we got was the Olay Moisturizing Lotion. I just need to chop this open and get the last bit out. I just thought for once I'd show you a full bottle of what something looks like. I got this from an op shop for $5. I was a bit, I don't know at the time. Then my mum reminded me that my nana used to use this all the time and it was so good. It's such a lightweight formula. So I will definitely be on the lookout for this in the future. My daughter was like, hit or miss. She really loves the Nivea, so I'll stick with that with her. But I found for me, especially if I was just home during the day, this was a really great product for me just to give me a little bit of moisturizing. We've gone through 2 boxes of these pimple patches. They're the Overnight Success Formula 10.0.6. These are from Kmart and they're $6 and you get 90 patches. They're not as medically whatever as you can find other products, but we find that they just stop us picking at pimples, which is exactly what we want. We have just replaced with another 2 packs because we have been looking for quite a few weeks for them at Kmart. It seems everybody's wanting them. And when we went to Kmart last night, we found there were like 4 packs of them on the shelf, 4 rows. So we've just grabbed 2 and hopefully they'll be there when we need to replace them. Of course, being winter and skin changes and things like that, our skin's kind of changed a lot. So we did go through these a little bit quicker than probably in summer and stuff. But these are our absolute go-to must-have in the house. I finished from Sukin this hydrating mist toner. I loved this. When you get out of the shower before you go to do your moisturizing, if you've taken too long to get dressed, it's clearly not in the middle of winter, I'm dressed in about 2 seconds, and your face is dried out and you need a little bit of moisturizer, I just spritz this on. I would have got this from the reject shop for like $3, so I need to head back and see if I can get another one. I do have something else in the meantime to replace it, but this will definitely go on the must-have list. I'm very basic with a lot of the skincare stuff, and I do use actives because I find that they help having a bit more of a mature skin. And I have just finished from The Ordinary this buffet serum. This was given to me, that you would have seen quite a few videos ago. It was about half full, I think, and what I started doing is using this every single night just to sort of see how well my skin reacted with it and to also move through it because there was other products I wanted to go. My skin loved this product. I looked up the ingredients online. I'll try and remember to put a link to the company and you can check it out. But I think being an active, your skin just loves it. I really love the niacinamide that The Ordinary do, but the fact this was given to me, I was happy to use it. Moving on to makeup, and I don't have a lot to share with you except, I'm finally out of foundation. This is all that's left. It was a bigger tube. I'll try and remember to put a picture up here. So after 2 years, I finally finished a foundation. I don't wear a lot of makeup, and I also was jumping between this and a CC cream, so finally have used it up. I've now moved on to a Maybelline foundation that I got from Kohl's that again was on clearance for like $3 or something completely crazy, and I thought let's give it a go. I'm wearing it today, so hopefully it looks really good. It's a lighter coverage, but it's what I like. I tend not to wear a lot. To go with the foundation, I finally finished a primer. This was from Mary Kay. It's a thicker consistency like a Vaseline, and I find that it just helps to smooth down the pores and give a flawless look for your foundation. And now I've finished this, and I think I've only got about 2 tubes left. However, one of these lasted me like 6 months, so it's going to be a while before I go through the other ones. Sometimes if I do makeup, a couple of times I have completely forgotten to use primer, and I know not to prime is a crime, so guilty as charged. But if you're using a really excellent skincare routine, I find that sometimes I don't even need a primer, and when I've worn this and I've realized I forgot to prime, but it hasn't seemed to matter. Oh, I found the packet here. This was the Maybelline Superstay 24 Hours in light beige. And there's no tag on it anymore, but yeah, I remember it was like $3 or something. It was on a clearance shelf just sitting there, because I remember I also got a spray mist for like $1, and I was like, thank you. And the last thing, just talking about personal care, we finally finished a tube of toothpaste. I'm not going to turn it into, but I've been scraping bits out of it. I just need to do a final cut to get, there's a tiny little bit down in there. I use this all the time. When we finish a tube, I tend to take this one and I keep attacking it. Once the family had squeezed everything out of it, they give it to me, and I still can get like quite a few weeks out of what's left inside of it. My daughter wasn't really a fan of this. It's like a blue gel. She's not really a fan of it. We were using the Oral-B Pro Health. We've got one of these we've opened right now that we're going through, and I did buy 2 of these from the reject shop. So 50 cents each, so the only 2 there, so I grabbed them. She's not really a fan of them, so we need to go back to Colgate, but the normal white ones that we get from Coles, it's about $2.50. Well, pre-inflation. I don't know what the price is now. She needs to stick to one product with one texture. Jumping around all the different products, she's having issues with the sensory and the texture of it. So we're going to get toothpaste for her, and then I'm more than happy with anything that is in the house. Super quick, some of the books and movies that I have been listening and watching lately, because I know some of you enjoy the suggestions that I have. And we use BorrowBox, Libby, and an online thing called Beam Films. Check out your local library. Some of them have access to free online streaming platforms. Different libraries, I notice, have different platforms. So contact your local library or go to their website and see what they have connected. I noticed that one library is connected to Beam Films and another one is connected to, starts with a K. It was in one of my, inflation, let's beat inflation videos, I put a link to it that another library is connected to. So great opportunity to get free films at home. Of course, you can go to library and borrow DVDs, which is also what I do, but to be able to sit there at home and have streaming service for free, thank you very much. So we've been very busy with going through some of the audio books, and we have been having quite a giggle. I have a lot of driving to do, taking my son to school and appointments and all the things that we do. So we've been listening to audiobooks in the car. And the first one we listened to was Slime by David Williams. So funny. We've laughed so much. We love David from Little Britain and of course watching him on other things on TV. And this book was so funny. We are a fan of Gangster Granny. My son had that for a reading thing a couple of years ago at school. So we're slowly getting around to some other of his books. However, we've been very busy with A Treehouse, which is the series by Andy Griffiths. He is such a funny writer, and to listen to the audiobooks, we have laughed so much. So it starts with the 13-story treehouse, then the 26-story treehouse, then the 39-story treehouse, and the 52-story treehouse. We're waiting on the next book and also for school to start back to start on the next book so we can listen to that together. A book takes us about a week to listen to with all of our driving, and yeah, it's just such a laugh. The things that they come up with, it's like someone just sitting there going, could you imagine there was like dragons flying around the room and then pirates came out and then this happened and that happened, and a kid making up a story, but then it gets published in a book. That's pretty much what this is. So if you have any young readers at home, they're going to love the books. We have the books as well, and inside you can follow along. They've got pictures and stuff in there. It's just such a good thing. The books that I've been reading recently, been a mixture, I tell you. So the first book I listened to was The Mystery Woman by Belinda Alexandra. I tell you, this was so good. So in a small town, everyone is watching secrets, scandal and betrayal in the 1950s, small town Australia. So there is this lady, she goes to a place called Shipwreck Bay. after she was a mistress to a very famous politician or someone in the media, and she is in the paper as the mysterious woman and escapes to a small town and then gets caught up in the drama that is in the town. A little bit of mystery happening there. So I'm not going to give any more away. I was addicted to this book. It was just like, what's going on? And they say that it's a made up story, but I could imagine it being based on loosely on some real life things. The next book I listened to was The Midwife. My mum actually bought me this book for my birthday as a physical book. I thought I'm never going to sit and read a physical book, so to find it on audiobook on BorrowBox is amazing. This book, again, I was hooked to it. So it says here, 1838, after a violent storm, a woman is found alone, naked, and near death. She has no money or memory of who she is, but she can speak fluent French, and she knows how to deliver babies, and she knows what she needs to know. And people ask her all the time, how do you know this? She's like, I don't know, I just know it. And then the second part of the book, she changes identities, which I was a bit confused about. I kind of didn't really read a lot of the book. I was just listening. The blurb, sorry, I didn't read. I was just listening. And I got to the end of the book and I went, what? So I went back and read the book. I went, makes sense. So yeah, the book kind of just starts out of nowhere. She's just here. She wakes up, alone, naked, doesn't know who she is. And it goes through her character development, and then she kind of changes her identity partway through to sort of move on with some things, and then it talks about that. And it is based loosely on a true story of a woman that just kind of disappeared, and then this other woman who just appeared out of nowhere. So the author's notes at the end are really interesting to listen to. Another book by Andy Griffiths we listened to was The Day My Bum Went Psycho. I have not laughed so much listening to an audiobook before. This was hilarious. If you have children, they're going to love it. Even as an adult, if you're looking for some light humor, it's quite funny. It's a little bit crazy, not going to lie. It's a total kids book, but you're like, ooh, for a few things, but for the rest of it, it was really funny. Movies. I have watched some really good movies lately, and a few others I've gone, what? It's probably just me. It's probably me. So the first one is Judy. It stars Renee Zellweger. I love her. She's so good, and I really enjoy this movie. It's about Judy Garland in her later years and sort of what she's had to do to sort of keep her career going and things like that. So very interesting insight. I found that the reviews were like, so check it out and let me know if you were interested in it yourself. The next movie was Respect with Jennifer Hudson plays Aretha Franklin. This was a really good movie. I didn't realize so much happened to her growing up and where she is and how things happen. So absolutely check it out. I just happened to stumble across that as a DVD in the library and was like, yes, please. So highly recommend it. The next movie, I'm a little bit late to the party, but it is Ride Like a Girl with Sam Neill, focusing on Michelle Payne, who was the only female jockey to win the Melbourne Cup. And it's so good because it's got her real life brother in there as well. So focusing on the family and how they train and how growing up as a jockey family, things that happen. Of course, it has the cameo in there by Christian Hale, so it's quite funny. And it was just a really good movie overall, and to know sort of what happened. Check it out. I watched this next movie on Beamer Film. It's called A Little Chaos, and it stars Kate Winslet, and she's an artist, and then she's hired by this French king, I forget, and to redesign the garden, do this special thing. And it was a very weird movie. I did enjoy it, but I was just like, I was a bit confused. And of course, there's someone in there trying to sabotage her efforts. And of course, she falls in love with this guy in the movie. And if you watch it, let me know what you think about it. The next movie is called Testament of Youth, and it's got the guy from Game of Thrones in there, Kit Harington. And I love movies like this. So she decides in World War II that she's going to become a nurse and help. And of course, he's a friend from way long ago. They fall in love and they get engaged. And it's about going through the war and how that relationship happens and things that happen and how she deals with things. So she's obviously a bit of a scholar and on the way to university, and she does a 180 and goes in the opposite direction, sort of against her family's wishes. So the life and times of what happened in the war and what happened to people. Check it out. The next movie I've seen before, and it was a laugh a minute. It's called The Book Club with Diane Keating and a few other people. Basically, they're a book club and they discover 50 Shades of Grey. Oh, and it's just them going through the book and going, you could just see it in real life for sure. So it gave me a laugh watching this movie. Absolutely. The next movie I highly recommend you to watch. It's called Miss Virginia, and it stars this lady, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce her name, but I do know her as Crazy Eyes from Orange is the New Black. And basically it's a mother who is fighting for fairness in the education system and how she gets caught up with some politics and trying to get to the truth of everything. As a mother of a child with autism fighting the education system, I could so understand her plight in this movie and all the things that she went to. Like, even if you're not even interested in the fight of education, it's just that whole passion of a mother trying to fight for what's best for not only her son, but for her community and area in general. Highly, highly, highly recommend that you check it out. The last movie that I saw just last night, well, on Beamer Film, was Torval and Dean's Story. I thought it was going to be like a documentary when I first saw it, and I thought, I don't care, because I love Torval and Dean. I have loved them ever since I saw them doing all their ice skating in the Olympics. But this is a dramatic story with some actors in it, and it is about how they met and they trained and they've built up their relationship as a working team. It is such a good movie. As I say, based on true events, they've created some characters and some other stories just to help develop the story a little bit. But I highly recommend that you check it out. It's just such fun, sort of knowing that there's these real life people and sort of some of the trials and tribulations they've had to go through to get where they are today. Now for the question everyone wants to know about No Buy Year. How's it going? Any challenges I've had? What's going on? Just general updates. So first question I get, are you still doing it? Yes, I am. So my no buy was no new clothing, jewelry, skincare, personal care or homewares, unless we needed to replace something or it was like health, wealth and safety need, or I actually needed that item to help with something important. So apart from replacement of personal care like skincare and toothpaste and tissues, I haven't bought any new makeup or anything else like that. Clothing, haven't bought any new clothing. I've done an update a couple of months ago going, did I break my no buy year? I told you guys what I'd shopped for. I haven't really bought either any gifts for anyone that wasn't birthday appropriate. The last things I did get was at Savers, so save money there. And have bought nothing new for the house, trying to update parts of the bedroom right now. And I know that some people in my Buy Nothing community are hanging for that video, but I have just been so busy doing everything else. I have bought a couple of little plastic containers to help sort that freezer out. So I think that was very much an important thing that I needed to do. But apart from that, my no buy year is just kind of cruising because I don't need to do much. I don't do a whole lot of updates about it because I got told that I'm quite boring because I'm not showing brand name products. But I think you've missed the parameters and the general overview of my channel. I'm a frugal person the only reason why I have the things that I have is because I was either involved in the business and I would have got those products at well over 50% off or free, and anything else just happened to be in the house, or I've bought it at an op shop and it just happens to be here. So I'm not here to talk about that I've had a massive spending habit and I've needed to get over it and that's why I'm doing this. It's just that I felt overwhelmed with a whole lot of stuff that was here in the house, and that's it. And I just wanted to give myself a bit of a challenge because I do love to shop and I love to shop a bargain, and I'm happy to buy something that's a little bit of discount or a markdown or something and go, oh, we can get a couple of those and stockpile them. And so when I get around to using it, that'd be really good. But I've just found that I was starting to accumulate a whole lot of stuff in some areas, and it just started getting a little bit overwhelming. And I was generally curious to know how much product does an average family go through in a year. So that's also why I went, right, we're not buying anything new unless it's a replacement, and that will help us on our journey. So yeah, no news is good news. Basically, we're here where we're here. If you have any questions, you can leave them down below. I would love to answer anything. You can check out other videos that I've got on the no buy year and how we've been tracking. And I'll see you in a couple of months and do another update with our empties, because by then hopefully we've accumulated a few more things. I think that's the best thing to do, as well as any books or movies. It will give me time to watch and listen to some more stuff. Thank you so much for watching, guys. You can check out some other videos that we have. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.